When Doug Flutie arrived at Boston College in the fall of 1981, there was common ground. Few people thought that either the player or the school belonged in big-time college football.
When I started getting recruited, the bigger schools were basically saying, look, we really don't think you're going to be a quarterback at the college level. In fact, I remember one guy from Ohio State saying that blatantly. He says, you know, let's be honest with each other, you're not a college quarterback. Even Boston College was skeptical.
We ended up getting Doug. You know, we got Doug in there playing, and what we would do was feed off of his excitement. And the coaches would always be like, look, if you give that kid an extra second, something good's going to happen, no matter whether we were up or down. Hey, fight your fannies off for this kid, and something good is going to happen.
Game by game, week by week, Flutie developed a reputation as a winning quarterback. And Boston College's reputation grew alongside his. By the end of his senior year, Flutie was the front runner for the Heisman Trophy, and BC was headed to the Cotton Bowl. But looming was college football's Goliath, the Miami Hurricanes.
The Hurricanes of Miami, the defending national champions, their coach is Jimmy Johnson.
Oh, sure, badass Miami. They have, you know, you read it in the papers, they always had some type of criminals.
Our guys were extremely confident, almost to the point of people saying that we were too confident, we were overconfident. We did have a swagger.
They had that cockiness to them, and they were Miami, and the thing that amazed me was just their athleticism.
Those were the kids everybody wanted.
They could fly past you and run up and down the field, and it felt like we were shooting over our heads.
Now it is Jack Bicknell and Doug Flutie who are taking this team to the Cotton Bowl.
We knew that we weren't going to outrun them. We weren't going to outquick them. We kind of had to outposition them and outtime them. And that was our offense. It was all about timing.
And so we came out of the gate smoking.
Flutie with Martin, touchdown, Boston College.
We just walked it up and down the field. It was like practice. You line up, you take your read, you throw the ball, the guy's open, he catches it.
And it's complete for the touchdown. He hits Gerald Phelan.
I can remember every time we scored,
Going for the corner, BC touchdown.
we'd go over, we'd sit down, and we'd hear them moving the ball down. We'd be back out in the field within 5 minutes.
Here he comes, over the top for the touchdown.
You know, we'd score, they'd score. It was a shootout. And early in the game, I can remember saying, whoever has the ball last in this game is going to win.
The Miami offense was led by quarterback Bernie Kosar, who had racked up 447 passing yards on the day.
Touchdown, Miami.
Flutie and Bernie Kosar traded punches all game long.
Late in the fourth quarter, Boston College led 41-38. But Miami had the ball, it was driving. Just over a minute remained in the game.
I remember looking at the clock and saying, just hurry up and score. We just stick the thing in the end zone now so we have a little bit of time.
It was just, let them score quicker. Coach, let them score quicker. And how do you go up to a head coach and say, hey, coach, let them score? But everybody on that sideline was mumbling. All the offensive coaches were mumbling. Just let them get in the end zone. Give us more time.
Bratton to the end zone.
Miami finally scored the go-ahead touchdown, igniting a celebration in the Orange Bowl. Doug Flutie had 80 yards and only 28 seconds.
I was always a big analyst of those situations. And I would criticize NFL quarterbacks when I was 12 years old of when they used their timeouts and why didn't they do this and why didn't they do that. And, always felt like the time management thing was kind of my cup of tea as I grew up.
I didn't think he had a chance. And obviously you can tell my tone of voice, I don't think it's gonna work out.
Doug Flutie is down to his last at bat.
As strange as it sounds, me sitting here talking, we still felt pretty confident. I know I certainly did.
And so, with 6 seconds to play, on a misty, muggy South Florida afternoon, Doug Flutie loaded his slingshot one final time.
We practiced this play every day, and it was kind of how we ended practice. At the end of every Thursday and Friday practice, okay, flood tip, fellas.
I think he's got to put it up down and deep in the end zone.
Maybe a design scramble to allow him to find some time.
We know the play. Miami's got to know the play. They know what we're going to do, and they know we got to get in the end zone, guys. It's not a secret.
But when I ran down the field and ran past the free safety at the 5-yard line, I was very surprised that he allowed me to go by him. Maybe he didn't think Doug could throw the ball that far. I mean, I just don't know what was going through his mind, but that's the last thing you want to do as a free safety.
Maybe he was underestimating arm strength, I don't know. But when you see someone start to roll, you don't think they're going to be throwing the ball 60-something yards.
Flutie flushed, throws it down.
All I see is the ball go down over 2 defensive backs' heads. I see them go up for it, and I just assumed it fell incomplete.
Our defensive back, underplayed the ball and actually knocked another defensive back off of tipping it.
And everybody bumped into each other. The hands went up. The ball was eclipsed for an instant as it disappeared behind the hands, and all of a sudden it was just like as if you catch something out of the corner of your eye, like a pencil's falling off the table, so you just react to it.
Caught by Boston College. I don't believe it. It's a touchdown. He threw it into the end zone. There was no time left on the clock.
I didn't have any idea who caught the ball. My spotter didn't know. I didn't know. Nobody in the booth knew. Fortunately for me, there was a Boston College graduate in the truck. He told me that it was Gerard Phelan.
Phelan is at the bottom of that pile.
As I'm running down the field, I don't know what's going on, and all of a sudden I see an official do this. I just turn around, I look, and Doug can't see. If I can't see, Doug can't see. I turn around and I do this, boy, and he just jumps right up, right into my arms. Luckiest catch I ever made. I caught Doug at the end of that play.
I understood how to use the clock.
Well, here we go. Here's your ball game, folks, as Flutie takes the snap. He drops straight back, has some time, now scrambles away from one hit. Looks, unfortunate deep one for the end zone.